Hey guys, welcome to another video on my channel. Right, so I believe you already know this video is part of my Next.js 13 tutorial series. Right, it's a playlist that I'm currently curating teaching Next.js 13. You can check in the video description. You're going to find a link to the GitHub repo for the project. Right, it's going to be an amazing repo, an amazing resource to help you learn Next.js 13, to help you adopt it more easily. And you also get to find a link to the complete series where you can see all the videos. Right, guys? So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to, basically this is the getting started video. I made the intro video earlier, but in this video, we're really getting started. So I want to show you guys, first of all, how to install a Next.js 13 app. First things first, here we are on the Next.js website, nextjs.org. And right before us, the good news telling us the app router is now stable. So the app router is basically the main core of Next.js 13, right? So in Next.js 12, we had the pages directory, permits me to call it the pages router, right? It had a different pattern of implementing page to page routing. In Next.js, you don't need a package like React Router, right? React Router DOM. In React, you need a routing package, and React Router is basically the go-to option for a huge amount of developers out there, right? Uh, but when you come to Next.js, you don't need a routing package. Next.js gives you routing inbuilt. So in Next.js 12, the routing center was the pages directory, right? So inside of the pages folder, you could do your routing and some other stuffs. All right, so on the screen here is a Next.js 12 project, and as you can see, it's basically a full stack project I built, but then this is the focus. I call the Next.js app, I call the client, meaning the front end of the project, right? So opening the client folder, which is Next.js app, you get to see this folder called pages, right? So in Next.js 12, the pages directory is the routing center. But when you go to Next.js 13, which we are going to be installing in just a bit, the routing center is the app directory, which we basically call the app router. So guys, let me show you guys through in this video how to install a Next.js 13 application. So we head straight to the docs, and on coming to the docs, you get to see this using app router, which is default for now, right? But then probably you might be coming from an external link, and then you might get to hit the pages documentation. So the documentation is in two parts. I'm going to talk about that in another video, hopefully the next video. So the Next.js documentation is currently in two parts. One for the pages directory, which is for Next.js 12 and I guess previous versions, and then one for the app router, the app directory, whatever you call it, right? So you just need to be careful to ensure you are inside of the app directory. Clicking on this, you see the docs is going to change, and it's basically going to serve you content for the pages directory, which is for Next.js 12. So in case you're coming from an external link, be on the lookout to make sure you are inside of the app router documentation, right? So now that we're inside of the app router documentation, how to install a Next.js 13 app, it's easy. Basically, you just copy this link. I guess we can do it with this button. So I've copied the link out. Here are some questions that are going to pop out, but let me not do much talking. Let's go get it done inside of VS Code. So here I am inside of VS Code. Now let me pop up my terminal, control backtick, right? Backtick is just below your escape key. If you're Windows, control. If you're Mac, I guess it should be command. So control backtick brings up the terminal. And then one important thing that you need to note before you install a Next.js 13 application, this is very important, is that your Node.js version must be 16.14 or above, right? So ensure your Node.js version is not earlier than version 16.14. Okay, so how do you check your Node.js version? To check which version of Node.js you are using is actually very easy. In case you don't know Node.js, Node.js is basically a package that powers a lot of development with JavaScript. So you actually need Node.js to be able to install a Next.js application. So to check your Node.js version is actually very easy. Okay, you go to your wherever you can find your terminal, whether inside of VS Code, inside of whichever code editor you are using, or just inside of any terminal at all. You can check your Node.js version by just typing not npm, you type node dash v, and then you hit enter. It's going to show you your Node.js version. So my Node.js version, I use NVM, so I kind of have different Node.js versions installed on one computer. That's what NVM does for you. NVM is basically called Node Version Manager. So I have a number of Node.js versions installed on my computer at the same time, thanks to NVM. But then the version I'm currently opted into is version 20.3.0. So this is basically how you check your Node.js version. So this is it. Now I'm sure my Node.js version is far above 16.4, so I'm confident that I can install a Next.js 13 application without any issues. So let's go ahead and paste in the command and we hit enter. Right. So after you paste your command, you hit enter, then you wait for the prompts to show up. Great. So the installation process is on the way. They want us to name our app. Naming your app, this is basically going to be the name of the folder you want the app to have, right? The name of the directory. All right, let's just call it main, right? Let's just call it main because this is basically where the whole thing is going to be happening. All the examples, this is where I'm going to be putting it. So let's just call it main, or let's call it something nice, app underscore main, right? Good. Let's call it app underscore main. So let's hit, you can call it whatever you wish, right? I mean, it's just anything you wish to call the folder of, I mean, the folder that is going to hold the Next.js app. So I call it app main. Now, would you like to use TypeScript? I would have loved to use TypeScript. TypeScript is actually my go-to choice at the moment, but then I want the guys coming from a JS background to really understand this tutorial. So since JS is the main point, JavaScript is the main point, I want to stick with JavaScript. So no to TypeScript. So you basically answer these questions. ESLint, should we say yes? Let's go ESLint. Yes, still win CSS. Yes, good. This is one beautiful aspect I wish to explain. For the app, we're going to be styling the app, the whole project. We're going to be using we're going to be implementing styling with Tailwind CSS. So you go, yes, you're missing a lot if you're not using Tailwind CSS, okay? Tailwind CSS is awesome. Okay, guys, so the next prompt, do you want to use the source directory? We don't need the source directory. App router, yes, of course. The app router is basically what we are using, which is the center, the core of Next.js 13. So we already accepted it. We'll be using the app router. If you went for the pages, if you said no, then the pages option will automatically be installed, and the pages directory is where your routing is going to be centered. So we went for the app router, of course, and then we don't want to customize the default import alias. Don't worry, I'll get to show you guys what this is all about as we proceed. So you hit enter, and then the installation begins proper. Right, you can see our app has already been bootstrapped. The bootstrapping process, should I say, has started. Right, so very soon our app is going to get installed. So let's wait for the process and let our app get installed. All right, guys. So our app has now been installed. Okay, so we called the app main, right? So basically, you just paste the command, which we did. You can see, and then we answered the questions. We named our app and we proceeded. So this is the app which is called app main. Now I want to navigate into the directory cd app underscore main. I really don't need to type it out fully. If you want to navigate into a directory, you just begin typing the name of the directory, and then as long as that directory is unique, right, you just hit the tab key and you get an autocomplete. So I go and I'm now inside of the app, so I can now run it. So let's be sure our Next.js 13 app is working as expected. All right, so our app right now should be running. Let's check if it's running in our browser already. Okay, our app isn't there yet. Let's hit this. Let's you hold the control key and then you click. So now it should be opened inside of a browser. So this is our app getting loaded. Next.js tends to be slow. I don't know if this is unique to Next.js 13, but if you're working with React in Vite, it is fast. I mean, the load time you get when you're building apps, even in development mode, is really fast when you're working with Vite. When you're working with React directly using Vite, right? So I think this is one aspect that the Next.js core team need to look into. They need to do something about the load time. The developer experience is actually not cool. But then, guys, you just have to bear with that during development because of the gains you get when your app is finally shipped into production. So Next.js is basically an awesome framework. So we're waiting for our app to get loaded. let's give it some time and hopefully it's going to get loaded. Probably it's actually because we're loading for the first time, right? But then I've used Next.js 13 before, so I know the loading time is actually not that convenient. Okay, so the Next.js statement team I think needs to look into that. So here we go. Our app is almost done loading, and this confirms to us that our installation was perfect. So our app is completely loaded and our installation is perfect, guys. So this is how you install a Next.js 13 application. In another video, which should be the next, right? I don't know. I don't think so actually. In another video in this series, I'm going to show you guys, we're going to explore the app folder together. I'm going to explain things to you guys as much as possible. But I guess this will be it for this video. So guys, thanks for watching. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe, opt in for notifications so you don't miss any video in this awesome series. Thanks for hanging around, guys. Thanks for watching up to this point. See you in another video. See you in the next video. Bye bye. Love you guys.